Today, Blender finally gets its first AI hair generation add-on AI Hair Toolkit, and I've decided to release it for free. With just one portrait photo, you can generate native Blender hair curves. It fits seamlessly into your entire workflow: geometry nodes, hair editing, sculpting, combing, shading. All the creative tools you already know still work. From this moment on, AI-generated hair is no longer just a final image. It truly enters Blender's creative workflow. Hello everyone, I'm Fan.
I'm Xiaoyao.
3 months ago, I started trying to answer a question. Can AI go further into Blender's workflow and help me actually finish my creative work? I think hair is a great starting point because it is complex enough and time-consuming enough, and of course, because I'm bad enough at it myself. At first, it was just an experiment. I wanted to see if AI could take a single portrait photo and generate truly editable Blender hair curves. I didn't expect that experiment to last 3 months. Partly because I'm extremely picky about my own work, and partly because we had to wire up more than just model inference, the Blender add-on, recompiling custom operators, runtime packaging, local services, data transfer, and more. Every step meant hitting new pitfalls and fixing bugs all over again. Until today, we're finally ready. Alright, let's see how it actually works. First, pick a clear front-facing portrait photo. The add-on actually comes with a sample image you can try right away. Then just click Generate Hair. So what is happening behind the scenes? First, the add-on checks whether the local inference service is running. If not, it automatically starts a new one. Then your portrait is sent into the model, which infers the full set of hair strands. The entire process runs on your own computer. No images are uploaded anywhere. The first inference takes about 1 to 2 minutes. After the model is loaded, each generation averages about 1 minute. Of course, these times are based on my own test setup and NVIDIA RTX 4070 Ti Super. Actual inference time will vary depending on your disk drive and GPU. If it still has not finished after more than 10 minutes, feel free to contact me and we will troubleshoot together. Alright, after model inference and add-on processing, what we get is native hair curves. This is Blender's standard internal curve data. The panel tells you right away how many strands were generated and how many points each strand has. The result is clear at a glance. But you'll notice that the raw AI-generated strands are extremely dense, with a very high point count. There are roughly 100,000 strands, each with 256 vertices, about 200 megabytes in size. Using that directly will lag badly, so the add-on offers 2 kinds of optimization for this. The first is hair count. You can keep a percentage of the strands. For example, keep 50% or even just 10%. The second is curve resolution. The number of points on each strand. You can drop it to 160 points, 64 points, or even as low as 4 points in the extreme case. Of course, at that point the hair curvature is basically gone. As you adjust these 2 sliders, the panel estimates the optimized curve size in real time. Just drag them and you'll see roughly how much it reduces. Once you're happy, click Apply Optimization. This step doesn't need to rerun the model. The add-on reimports from the generated data and optimizes it, so it is very fast. You can adjust it as many times as you want until you're satisfied. After optimization, everything else is just Blender itself. You can keep sculpting, combing, editing curves, attaching geometry nodes, applying materials, whatever you need. But keep in mind, it is not a silver bullet. First, the image must be a portrait photo, or you'll get a face not found error. Also, for more complex hairstyles like braids or bangs, the results still aren't great, and the strand flow isn't accurate enough yet. Of course, that is what we'll focus on improving next. Alright, next let's talk about how to install the add-on. Installing it is actually very simple, just 4 steps. Besides downloading and installing the add-on itself, you also need the inference environment and the model weights. If you've used ComfyUI before, this workflow should feel familiar. Let's start with step 1, the easiest. Download the add-on. After downloading, open Blender and install it from disk. Step 2 is downloading AI Hair Runtime, the matching local inference environment. It is a separate package. Extract it anywhere you like, and remember that path. Step 3. Download the model weights and put them in the directory specified by the runtime. Because of the model's copyright restrictions, I can't provide the weights directly, so you'll need to download them yourself following the documentation. It is not complicated, it just takes a bit of time. Once everything is ready, go back to the Blender add-on, open Preferences, and initialize the environment. Enter the path to the runtime you extracted in Step 2. Then click Initialize Environment and wait 1 to 2 minutes. After these 4 steps, you can go back to Blender and start generating hair. I've also written the detailed steps in the documentation. One thing I should mention in advance, first, on Blender 4, the display looks normal in my test. But on Blender 5, when the hair count and point count are high, the viewport preview can show display artifacts. If you switch to cycles to check, it actually looks fine. When that happens, we suggest lowering the hair count and curve resolution a bit before previewing. The reason isn't too complicated. Starting with Blender 5.0, the official team rewrote a curve viewport drawing logic and enabled the resolution property, so dense hair systems can generate over 15 times more display geometry than before. Once the volume gets large, the viewport struggles to keep up. This isn't an add-on bug, it is a change in Blender's underlying rendering logic. Once the official site stabilizes, I'll adapt along with it. That is the full flow of our add-on from install to use. But before you decide whether to download it, there is one thing I want to say more clearly. Our add-on AI Hair Toolkit is not a perfect product yet. Right now, it only runs on Windows with NVIDIA 40 series GPUs. Quick side note here, after entering the workplace, I gradually realized something. Speed may matter more than perfection. Letting perfectionism run wild is often just a form of avoidance. That is why I want this add-on in creative workflows as soon as possible, to face real projects, take community feedback, and grow bit by bit. I hope more Blender creators will actually try it. And I hope more people will tell me what works well and what still isn't good enough. In fact, while building the add-on, we've also been training new models internally. Our goal is to gradually remove these current limitations. We want to support more GPUs and even run on CPU. Support more operating systems, Windows, Mac, even Linux, so more Blender users can truly use AI hair generation. I've always believed one thing, AI should not and cannot replace artists. It should help artists hand repetitive, tedious work to machines and leave creativity to humans. If you're willing to be among our first users, you're very welcome to join. This beta is completely free. And if you want to follow the development of AI Hair Toolkit and see where this project goes next, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be sharing more updates, experiments, and new features as I keep building it. If you make something cool, I'd love for you to share it with me too. I'll keep updating this project. And I hope every future version comes from real creators' feedback. I believe a truly great tool isn't built by one developer alone. It is built by the developer and the whole community together. Alright, that is all for today. If you found this helpful, please like and follow us. See you in the next episode. Bye!